Hey, MCS Jets and anyone else that may be listening, let's get started on Chapter 8 of Dr. Doolittle. A Lion's Pride and Monkey's Counsel. John Doolittle now became quite busy. He found hundreds and thousands of sick monkeys. There were gorillas, orangutans, chimpanzees, baboons, gray monkeys, red ones, all kinds. Many had died. He separated the sick ones from the well ones. Then he got Chi-Chi and his cousin to build him a little house of grass. Next, he made all the monkeys who were still well come and be vaccinated. And for 3 days and 3 nights, the monkeys kept coming from the jungles and the valleys and the hills to the little house of grass. The doctor sat all day and all night, vaccinating and vaccinating. Then he had another big house made with a lot of beds in it. He put all the sick ones in the house. But so many were sick, there were not enough well ones to do the nursing. So he sent messages to the other animals, like the lions and the leopards and the antelopes, to come and help. But the leader of the lions was a very proud creature. And when he came to the doctor's big house full of beds, he was angry and prideful. "Do you dare to ask me, sir?" he said, glaring at the doctor. "Do you dare to ask me, the king of beasts, to wait on a lot of dirty monkeys?" Although the lion looked very terrible, the doctor tried not to seem afraid of him. "They're not dirty," he said quietly. "They've all had a bath this morning. Your coat looks as though it could use a brushing. Now listen, and I'll tell you something. Day may come when the lions get sick. If you don't help the other animals now, the lions may find themselves all alone when they are in trouble. That often happens to proud people. The lions are never in trouble. They only make trouble," said the leader, turning up his nose, and he stalked away into the jungle. He felt he had been rather smart and clever. But when he got back to his den, the leader of the lions saw his wife and Queen Lioness come running out to meet him. "One of the cubs won't eat," she said. "I don't know what to do with him. He hasn't taken a thing since last night." So the leader went into his den and looked at the 2 little cubs lying on the floor, and one of them seemed quite ill. Then the lion told his wife quite proudly what he had just said to the doctor, and she got so angry she nearly drove him out of the den. "How could you?" she screamed. "All the animals from here to the Indian Ocean are talking about this wonderful man. They say he can cure any kind of sickness. They say he's very kind. He is the only man in the world who can talk the language of the animals. And now you've refused to help him? We have a sick baby on our hands. Go back to that man at once," she yelled, "and tell him you're sorry, and take all the other lions with you. Then do everything the doctor tells you. Work hard, and perhaps he will be kind enough to come and see the cub later. Now be off. Hurry, I tell you. You're not fit to be a father." So the leader of the lions went back to the doctor and said he was very sorry. Then the doctor was happy, for all the lions and leopards and the antelopes and the giraffes and the zebras came to help him in his work. The doctor went to see the cub and gave him some medicine, so all was well. And now very soon the monkeys began to get better. At the end of a week, the big house full of beds was half empty. And at the end of the second week, the last monkey had gotten well. Then the doctor's work was done. He was so tired he went to bed and slept for 3 days without even turning over. Chi-Chi stood outside the doctor's door, keeping everybody away till he woke up. Then John Doolittle told the monkeys that he must go back to Puddleby. They were very surprised at this, for they had thought that he was going to stay with them forever. And that night all the monkeys got together in the jungle to talk it over. The chief chimpanzee rose up and said, "Why is the good man going away? Is he not happy here with us?" But none of them could answer him. Then the grand gorillas got up and said, "I think we should all go to him and ask him to stay. Perhaps if we make him a new house and a bigger bed, he will not wish to go." Then Chi-Chi got up. All the others whispered, "Shh, look, Chi-Chi, the great traveler, is about to speak." "My friend," said Chi-Chi, "I'm afraid it is useless to ask the doctor to stay. He owes money in Puddleby, and he says he must go back and pay it. And the monkeys asked him, "What is money?" Then Chi-Chi told them that in the land of England, you could get nothing without money. You could do nothing without money. It was almost impossible to live without money. When we were coming to you, we had to bring food, Chi-Chi said, but we had no money. We said we would pay when we came back. And we borrowed a boat from a sailor, but it was broken on the rocks when we reached Africa. Now the doctor says he must go back and get the sailor another boat. The man was poor. His ship was all he had. And the monkeys were all silent for a while, sitting quite still upon the ground and thinking quite hard. At last, the biggest baboon got up and said, "I do not think we ought to let this good man leave our land till we have given him a fine present to take with him, for we all are so grateful for all that he has done for us." And then they all cried out, making a great noise, "Yes, yes, let us give him the finest present." 50 bags of coconuts, said one. 100 bunches of bananas, said another. But Chi-Chi told them all these things would be too heavy to carry so far and would go bad before half was eaten. "If you want to please him," he said, "give him an animal. He'll be kind to it. Give him some rare animals they don't have in the zoos." And the monkeys asked him, "What are zoos?" Then Chi-Chi explained to them that zoos were places in the land of England where animals were put in cages for people to come and look at. And the monkeys were very shocked. "Have they an iguana over there?" one said. Chi-Chi said, "Yes, there's an iguana in the London Zoo." And another one asked, "Have they ever gotten an okapi?" "Yes," said Chi-Chi. And another one stood up and asked, "Have they got a push-me-pulloo you?" "No, no, one from the land of England has never seen a push-me-pull-you," said Chi-Chi. "Let us give him that." All right, Jets, that was the end of chapter 8. I'll be back soon with chapter 9.